This is why narcissists want to hurt you and want you dead. Imagine this. You're standing face to face with someone who once claimed to love you, admire you, or even idolize you. But now their words drip with venom, their actions are calculated to destroy, and their eyes seem to burn with a hatred so intense it feels like they want nothing less than your complete annihilation. How could someone who once professed devotion turn into someone who seems intent on hurting you, or worse? It's a chilling question, one that haunts countless individuals who have found themselves entangled with a narcissist. Today, we're going to dive deep into the dark psychology behind this phenomenon, exploring why narcissists don't just want to hurt you. They often wish for your metaphorical or literal demise. By the end of this journey, you'll not only understand the twisted logic driving their behavior, but also discover how to protect yourself from their destructive tendencies. If you've ever felt baffled by the sheer cruelty of a narcissist's actions, or if you've wondered why they seem incapable of letting go, even after you've walked away, then you're in the right place. Together, we'll unravel the complex web of manipulation, entitlement, and insecurity that fuels their desire to harm. Along the way, I'll share insights, real-life examples, and practical advice to help you decode their motivations and reclaim your power. So grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and prepare to confront one of the most unsettling aspects of narcissistic behavior. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with anyone who might benefit from learning about this critical topic. Trust me, by the time we're done, you'll see narcissists, and perhaps even yourself, in a whole new light. Let's start with a question. Have you ever noticed how some people seem unable to tolerate anyone else thriving? For narcissists, your success, happiness, or independence isn't just threatening, it's unbearable. Their fragile egos are wired to view life as a zero-sum game, where your gain is perceived as their loss. When you shine, they feel diminished. When you grow, they feel smaller. And when you leave them behind, they feel abandoned, not just emotionally, but existentially. This primal fear of irrelevance drives much of their hostility toward you. They don't just want to hurt you because they're angry. They want to obliterate you because your very existence reminds them of their inadequacies. In their warped minds, erasing you becomes the only way to restore their sense of superiority. Now, here's the twist. This desire to harm isn't random or irrational. It stems from the same core traits that define narcissism during daylight hours: grandiosity, entitlement, and a lack of empathy. But it manifests in particularly sinister ways when their control over you slips away. Consider the narcissist who lashes out with vicious insults, spreads malicious rumors, or sabotages your relationships after you've ended things with them. These aren't isolated incidents of anger. They're deliberate attempts to punish you for daring to assert your autonomy. To a narcissist, losing you isn't just a personal failure, it's an existential threat. Without you there to reflect their idealized image back at them, they're forced to confront the emptiness within, and that confrontation terrifies them. Before we dive deeper, let me take a moment to thank you for being here. Your curiosity and willingness to learn are exactly what drive meaningful conversations like this one. If you find value in what we're discussing, please consider subscribing to our channel. It not only helps us reach more people, but also ensures you stay updated on future content designed to empower and educate. And if you know someone who could benefit from understanding the hidden truths behind narcissism, whether they're dealing with a toxic partner, navigating workplace drama, or simply seeking personal growth, don't hesitate to share this video with them. Together, we can create a community of awareness and resilience. So, Let's talk about why narcissists escalate their cruelty when they feel threatened. Have you ever noticed how some people become increasingly aggressive when they sense they're losing control? For narcissists, this reaction is amplified tenfold. When you reject them, expose their manipulations, or refuse to play their games, you strip away the illusion of power they've worked so hard to maintain. In response, they retaliate with a ferocity that seems almost incomprehensible. This isn't just about revenge, it's about survival. To a narcissist, your defiance represents a direct challenge to their carefully constructed facade. Every insult they hurl, every lie they spread, every attempt to ruin your reputation is a desperate bid to reassert dominance and silence the voice inside them whispering, "You're not enough." But here's the thing. While narcissists may appear hyper-focused on external validation, their true motivations run much deeper. Beneath their confident exterior lies a reservoir of shame, insecurity, and self-loathing. When you stand tall, succeed, or move forward without them, you inadvertently shine a spotlight on their inner demons. Their hatred for you isn't really about you. It's a projection of their hatred for themselves. Unable to confront their flaws, they displace their pain onto you, turning you into a scapegoat for everything they despise about their own existence. This psychological mechanism explains why their attacks can feel so relentless and personal, even though the root cause has nothing to do with your actual worth. Now let's address another layer of this phenomenon, the role of envy in fueling a narcissist's desire to hurt you. Have you ever encountered someone who seems incapable of celebrating your achievements? Instead of offering congratulations, they downplay your accomplishments, belittle your efforts, or accuse you of cheating your way to success. For narcissists, envy isn't just a fleeting emotion. It's a corrosive force that consumes them from the inside out. Your progress serves as a mirror reflecting their stagnation, your joy highlights their misery, and your strength underscores their weakness. Unable to tolerate this disparity, they lash out in an effort to level the playing field. By tearing you down, they temporarily soothe their own feelings of inadequacy, but at what cost? Here's where things get really interesting. The impact of a narcissist's hatred extends far beyond the individual target. Friends, family members, colleagues, even strangers can become collateral damage in their quest for vengeance. Imagine being caught in the crossfire of a smear campaign, where a narcissist spreads lies about you to mutual acquaintances, tarnishing your reputation and isolating you from your support network. Or picture watching a narcissist sabotage a project you've poured your heart into, simply because your success reflects poorly on them. These actions aren't just cruel. They're calculated attempts to destabilize your world and reinforce their dominance. The ripple effects of their malice can be devastating, leaving scars that take years to heal. Speaking of healing, let's explore the psychological toll this takes on victims of narcissistic abuse. Living under the shadow of someone who wants to hurt you can feel like walking through a minefield, where every step carries the risk of detonation. Even when you think you've escaped their grasp, perhaps by ending a relationship or cutting ties, they find ways to invade your space, whether through unsolicited messages, public shaming, or emotional blackmail. Over time, this relentless intrusion chips away at your sense of safety and stability, leaving you questioning your worth and sanity. Victims often report feeling exhausted, anxious, and powerless, as though they're constantly walking on eggshells to avoid triggering another episode of chaos. Understanding the root causes of these behaviors can help you reclaim your autonomy and break free from their toxic grip. Of course, none of this means that narcissists are invincible. Despite their outward confidence, they are deeply insecure individuals whose entire existence revolves around external validation. When their efforts to manipulate or dominate fail, they experience a crisis of identity that can lead to self-destructive behavior. Some turn to substance abuse, reckless escapades, or compulsive spending as a way to numb their pain. Others lash out violently, directing their anger toward those closest to them. Still others retreat into isolation, consumed by bitterness and resentment. No matter which path they choose, the outcome is always the same: a life defined by emptiness, regret, and missed opportunities for genuine connection. As we continue unpacking the complexities of narcissistic hatred, let's pause for a moment to reflect on its broader implications. Beyond the individual level, this dynamic reflects societal values that prioritize image over substance, competition over collaboration, and success over well-being. From influencers peddling curated lifestyles to corporate cultures that reward cutthroat ambition, modern society often reinforces the very traits that fuel narcissistic behavior. By examining these systemic influences, we gain a clear understanding of why narcissism persists and how we can resist its pull. After all, true strength lies not in domination or superiority, but in vulnerability, authenticity, and connection. Now let's talk about the flip side of this dynamic, the power of awareness. When you understand why narcissists want to hurt you, you gain a significant advantage in navigating interactions with them. Instead of taking their words or actions personally, you recognize them for what they are: desperate attempts to protect a fragile ego. Armed with this knowledge, you can set boundaries, practice self-care, and avoid falling into the trap of trying to fix or save them. Remember, their healing journey is theirs alone to undertake. Your role is to safeguard your own well-being and surround yourself with supportive influences that affirm your worth. By now, you're probably starting to piece together the bigger picture. What narcissists want, to hurt you, to erase you, to diminish you, isn't about you at all. It's about their inability to confront their own flaws, insecurities, and fears. Understanding this truth doesn't excuse their behavior, but it does provide clarity and context. It empowers you to rise above their toxicity and focus on building a life rooted in authenticity, compassion, and resilience. That's why sharing this knowledge is so vital. By spreading awareness, we empower others to recognize the signs of narcissistic abuse, break free from toxic cycles, and embrace the possibility of renewal. Speaking of sharing, let's revisit the importance of community in this healing journey. Navigating the aftermath of narcissistic abuse can feel isolating, especially if you've been conditioned to doubt your instincts or suppress your emotions. But you don't have to face it alone. By connecting with others who've walked similar paths, you gain access to invaluable support, resources, and encouragement. Whether it's joining a support group, confiding in trusted friends, or simply engaging with online communities, reaching out reminds you that you're not alone, and that healing is possible. That's why I encourage you to share this video with anyone who might benefit from it. Together, we can break the cycle of abuse and foster healthier connections based on mutual respect and empathy. Before we wrap up, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to you for sticking with me through this journey. Conversations like these aren't always easy, but they're necessary if we hope to foster greater awareness and resilience. If you found this discussion enlightening, please don't hesitate to hit that like button and share it with your network. Every click, comment, and share brings us one step closer to spreading awareness and empowering others. In closing, remember this: the hatred a narcissist directs toward you says more about their brokenness than your worth. By understanding this truth, you reclaim your power and create space for healing, growth, and transformation. Whether you're currently navigating the aftermath of a toxic relationship or simply seeking insight into human behavior. I hope this exploration has provided valuable perspective and inspiration. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you for being part of a movement toward greater empathy, resilience, and authenticity. Until next time, take care and trust that you have the strength to overcome anything life throws your way.